All right, everyone, the day after, the aftermath of the perfect storm, Hurricane Sandy, Frankenstorm, October 30th, 2012. So many, millions and millions without power. Parts of New York and New Jersey submerged in water. The World Trade Center submerged. Harbinger. Let me begin this video by taking you to Scripture, because there is still the perfect storm, a Frankenstorm, now over the head of Barack Hussein Obama. Let me take you real quick to Mark chapter 4, verse 37 through 40. And there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full. And he was in the hinder part of the ship, asleep on a pillow. And they awake him, and say unto him, Master, carest thou not that we perish? And he arose, and rebuked the wind, and said unto the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And he said unto them, Why are ye so fearful? How is it that ye have no faith? Let me tell you, I live in Michigan, and I'm surprised at the magnitude of the storm. And the cleanup is going to continue. I guess Barack Hussein Obama, the president, now has canceled Wednesday's campaign in Ohio. A lot of things have been put on hold. New York City has come to an eerie halt, the aftermath of the storm. Here in Michigan last night, the winds, I've never seen such dangerous winds. Woke up this morning. There are many people here this far from the storm in Michigan, as I speak to you now, without power. I am very blessed that this storm passed over our house. It passed us over. Woke up this morning to freezing rain, dangerous wind, sleet. It's kind of dying down right now. The winds are going to die down tonight. But so many people left, devastated. And what will the outcome be? What will the next days and weeks bring? Let's take a look at a little bit of updates on the storm. This comes from the New York Associated Press. Millions of people from Maine to the Carolinas awoke Tuesday without electricity, and an eerily quiet New York City was all but closed off by car, train, and air. Superstorm Sandy steamed inland, still delivering punishing wind and rain. The U.S. death toll climbed to 33. Many of the victims were killed by falling trees. The full extent of the damage in New Jersey, where the storm roared ashore Monday night with hurricane force, was unclear. Police and fire officials, some with their own departments, flooded, fanned out to rescue hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. At least 7.4 million people across the East were without power. Airlines canceled more than 15,000 flights around the world, and it could be days before the mess is untangled and passengers can get where they're going. The storm also put the White House campaign on hold just a week before Election Day. President Barack Obama canceled a third straight day of campaigning, scratching the event scheduled for Wednesday in swing state Ohio, which got clobbered by Sandy's winds as the storm pushed west. Lower Manhattan, which includes Wall Street, was among the hardest hit. Our financial system, look where the storm was headed. Areas of the storm sent a nearly 14-foot surge of seawater, a record, coursing over its seawalls and highways and into low-lying streets. Water cascaded into the gaping, unfinished construction pit at the World Trade Center. Is this, friends, another harbinger? Is it another warning? America has turned its back on God. Water cascaded into the gaping, unfinished construction pit at the World Trade Center, and the New York Stock Exchange was closed for a second day, the first time that has happened because of weather in over a century. A huge fire destroyed as many as 100 houses in a flooded beachfront neighborhood in Queens on Tuesday, forcing firefighters to undertake daring rescues. 3 people were injured. A downtown hospital in New York universities evacuated 200 patients after its backup generator failed. About 20 babies from the neonatal intensive care unit were carried down staircases and on battery-powered respirators. And a construction crane that collapsed in the high winds on Monday still dangled precariously 74 floors above the streets of Midtown Manhattan, and on Staten Island a tanker ship wound up beached on the shore. I'm going to put the link to this below. Water cascaded into the unfinished construction site of the World Trade Center. Harbinger. Is this a warning to those all who turn their back on God's beloved Israel? We know that Barack Hussein Obama, what are these secret talks with Iran, constantly has turned his back on Israel. We, the United States of America, the elite, the powers that be, those that run the New World Order agenda, the spirit of the Antichrist, is it upon the United States of America? And is there a harbinger upon the United States of America for turning their back on God, removing prayer from the classrooms? A great storm, a great harbinger, a superstorm, the perfect storm now is forming and raging over the head of Barack Hussein Obama. I don't know if you've seen the video out with Glenn Beck, and say what you will about Glenn Beck, but we come to find out now with documented proof, actual documents, that while the U.S. ambassador to Libya called for help along with his crew, that Barack Hussein Obama, though we come to find out that Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, that Leon Panetta, look how many hours they were in the Situation Room. They had to call in lunch. They were in there so long they had to call in for lunch. That while these men were under attack in Benghazi, now we come to find out it was a CIA safe house. There was a drone in the air relaying video footage back to the Situation Room where Obama sat for all these hours as these men pleaded for their lives and called for help. And with every call, the call came back from the Commander-in-Chief to stand down. Will this president now face prosecution? Will he be impeached? What will the outcome be for Barack Hussein Obama? Let alone we don't know really who the man is. When are we going to say enough is enough? My prayers for all of those involved in this terrible, terrible, devastating storm. What will the days, what will the weeks bring? Are we finished, or have we only just begun? Leave me your comments, everyone. To all those affected by the storm that are now without home and without food and without shelter, please, whatever you can do in your community, do something. Send them money. Go to your local Red Cross, whatever, your local church, whatever you can do for these people who are now like the forgotten that I minister to on the streets, the homeless. There are many homeless now. Don't just turn your back and look away. Do something. Do something and help them. You can help with my ministry through trumpetofgodministries.com, so we can reach those in need. Many in Michigan are without power as I speak to you now, and we were fortunate. The perfect storm, is it over? What will the weeks ahead bring? Leave me comments. And has a new perfect storm begun to rage over the head of Barack Hussein Obama? And what are we, the people? Are we going to just sit back and let this storm pass over his head? September 11th, 2012, 9/11/2012. We must not forget. We the people must not forget. Leave me comments, everyone. God bless.